As a fan of different media over the years, I get excited to experience things such as hyped up shows with hyped up moments, peak character writing with different shows, or even just chilling and wanting to vibe with the show. And in fact, I've been watching TV all my life, but even as a kid, I didn't realize that some characters I liked a lot back then didn't get the full treatment they deserved in my head. With certain characters, I said, I can't wait to see how far this guy goes. Oh boy, was I a hopeful kid. I say all that to say, I hate
wasted potential. That shit crushes your spirit. It really does. It crushes your spirit.
Okay. I think that was a cool edit if I say so myself. But I don't know why I gave them that hard of an edit, considering what the synopsis of this video is. But hey, I give them some love since apparently the author and or company doesn't. But anyways, it's comical how this happens a lot. Maybe more in certain medias, but it definitely still happens. Now, you're probably asking, what does potential man mean? Long story short, it's another word for like a character with wasted potential. But potential is used for like a slander in a joking way for this term. Sometimes even a slur. Ooh. What I know is that it originated from
the urchin head! Name's Fushiguro. Fushiguro!
And since then, it's been talked about a lot. In fact, so much that I looked at myself in the mirror and realized just because I like some characters so much that I defend them with my life, but I had to wake up and see the potential was always there and technically never met it. But sometimes, in their case, they just get hoed, such as my guy Silver the Hedgehog. I know. Damn. Now, I'm talking to all the Sonic fans, the Silver haters, and the Glazers. Listen, I know he's yours and also my fan favorite. Hell, I did a whole video saying why he's goated. But I gotta be real, I also ranted in that video and I said a whole lot of ifs with Silver. So when it comes to potential, I mean, he had it. I remember in the era when he got introduced with Sonic 06, for a while, I was used to seeing Sonic and Shadow as the main two guys. Once I discovered this Silver Hedgehog, I was like, what the fuck, a new white hedgehog? Because he looked white, you know, in most pictures I saw. But I swear that time everyone was a fan of Silver. They liked his powers, his voice actor, the way he was dominating in the game. But it sucks that Silver kind of peaked right here. I said a million times before, but Sonic 06 was an abysmal disaster with the release and then the reviews, the glitches, it was a whole mess. That shit did not make it better either. It's a dark topic when you bring it up in the community. But I think over the years, especially in the mid-2010s, people look back and say, you know what, it actually wasn't that bad. It's actually peak. You know how the new kids talk nowadays. In some ways, I understand. I'm not saying it was peak, but it was definitely a cool introduction to like Silver as a character. It has some other aspects that I like, but that's not the point of this video. I could talk about the potential of Sonic 06 all day, but no, this is about f***ing Silver. Because what makes me mad is that from a game perspective, if I was to explain why I was like on the Silver hype train back in the day, guess what? I gotta resort to Sonic 06. But I could barely do that because Sega just want us to forget about this whole story exists for various reasons. Like, what the fuck? You want me to boast about Silver and use Sonic Forces as an example? Nigga is sorry in that fucking game. He got dropped by another potential man right there. Oh, we'll come back to this. But when it comes to the feats, what can I say? I can barely use Sonic and the Black Knight. And when I do, I'm basically just glazing this design, which fair enough. I can't mention the spin-off games and the collabs, because hey, he's just having fun. I would say the Generations boss battle, but you, the gamer, are supposed to beat Silver, so can't say that. What can I say? My thing is, when it comes to potential mans, in some cases, it's not their fault, bro. They get hold, as I said earlier. And I believe Silver falls under that category perfectly, especially when talking about the games. Now, the comics is where I be showing why Silver is a goated, you know what I'm saying? With the feats, specifically this one, where he defeated a god. But even then, when talking about the Archie comics, his story is incomplete. Now, all we got to look forward to is the IDW comics, where he has some good feats in there, but it's still being written to this day. Like, I swear, I wouldn't have put him in potential mans if Sega would just lock the fuck in. You had the blueprint. Like, we could have had whole Silver game, and it didn't even have to be on the main console. Put on a DS. Sonic and Blaze was a hit, and that was on the DS. Could have added him in Frontiers as a DLC or something like that. There are opportunities there. He has his own banger theme, for God's sake. But nope, they see him and go, nah.
Ben Simmons is here. We're all good.
And he stays on the bench, treating him as a side character. Motherfucker, that's Silver the Hedgehog. He had more motion than both Sonic and Shadow at one point. I think. I was like 6 back then. But nope. Back on the sidelines you go. And I always wonder how Silver would have been represented in today's light if Sonic 06 was a hit. But there I go saying again, if. And the last thing you see, I didn't mention any TV aspect of Silver, because he's not in one show at all the shows the guy. He's not in one of them. Now, granted, I cut him some slack because Sonic X was before Sonic 06. But hold on, y'all ain't off the hook that easy. You had Sonic Boom. I get that's a game, but still, you could have done some shit in Prime. I've made so many cases about this fucking show. Shattered dimensions, different dimensions, going to different timelines. The writing is on the wall for Silver to be in there, but no, they said no to him, and I get Big the Cat who does nothing. Okay, my fault. I let my emotions go wild. But last thing, my last hope for Silver to meet the potential is that at the end of Sonic 4, he'll be in the end credits. He'll get teased from there. And once again, that's if Sonic 5 happens. By the time I'm gonna be old as dirt. Moving on to other potential, man. Stay in the gaming sphere. I think, people also fall in this category of getting hoed by the companies. People like Kyrie for Kingdom Hearts. Now, I like her growing up playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but I always find her like sweet. But, she's a damsel in distress. And at least in some other cases, I don't mind that trope. But at least some of them have like some type of badass moment, or have like a moment that impact the story in a crazy way, an unforgettable way. Now I understand if people think Kyrie is a bad character. I think she's a flat character, but that's because the way the game treats her. She is so underdeveloped, and I'm replaying Kingdom Hearts 2. Almost done with that. I'm finna do 3 soon. But like, I've heard people say 3, it doesn't get much better. I'm like, God damn, bro, that's like 3 games. That's the mainline games. But hey, y'all also can let me know in the comments down below. But it's like, damn, I'm waiting to like Kingdom Hearts 4. And just like Sonic 5, I'm gonna be old as dirt when that shit drops. I guess might as well see then. But for right now, she's a potential, man. Easily. Another character that had so much potential was Oswald from Disney. Okay, now I know, oh man, this one hurts. But I know this is not really like a game character, or at least he didn't start off that way, but hold on, let me cook. So Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit, yes, that's his name, came before Mickey, I think like a year before. While Disney didn't have the rights to him, Universal did. And I believe he created Mickey as like a second chance, and the rest is history. Now, Disney didn't get the rights back until 2000s for Oswald. And how I know of Oswald is from Epic Mickey, the hidden gem of a game. And this is where the potential reunited for him. Epic Mickey in some ways felt like a cult classic, for the Wii to some fans, including me, one of my favorites of all time. And only us fans could do so much with the fan arts and fan animations. Disney, lock in and create things featuring Oswald. You could go with the version from him and Epic Mickey and make a spin-off game. Once again, handheld, DS, iPhone, mobile game or something. Actually, that wouldn't do shit. It's right there on Nintendo. Plus, the new Epic Mickey came out. Like, come on, bro. Y'all still got a chance. I even take a TV show. It might get canceled quick, but you never know. Yo, and the glory here. So apparently there was an Oswald the Rabbit TV show, but Disney didn't go through with it. A few years back, they had like the storyboard stuff animated, yeah, but they didn't go through with it. Got canceled. I was finna go off, not gonna lie, until I did some more internet surfing, and I did see there is apparently a new Oswald series in the works. I don't know what to believe. I'm already defeated at Silver, honestly, but like, I could really see it going one season, and if that even finishes with that, hell, I'm still pissed at Warner Brothers for canceling the Animaniacs remake. Like, dog, this is my shit, my childhood shit, and it came back, and it was good. The remake was actually good, But nope, wasn't good enough apparently, even though people was watching. You know, I'm not going to go into that. Speaking of potential, but yeah, so let's see what happens with Oswald. So there's a little bit of hope. Outside the Epic Mickey series and a little bit of merchandise, he really don't got anything going for him, especially compared to Mickey Mouse. And it's crazy thing about it, I'm talking about the art of potential man. Really, it's these companies be lazy as fuck, bro. Infinite, I didn't forget about you. This guy Power is so fire. He dominated in Sonic Forces. Hell, he was moving crazy like a nuclear threat. And after Sonic Forces, nothing. He's not in no comics, no games, besides like a cameo and other small shit. But that's fucking nothing.
Eventually.
He's back! Hold on! Case files. Okay. See, now we're on the right track. See, that's why when talking about potential, you just gotta keep waiting and hoping maybe something will come. But Infinite took like 9 years, no cap. Like, that's a long time, dog. But in some cases, you could be hopeful, but other cases, go ahead and let the rage out. I would also include some Mario characters like Wario Bros, especially Waluigi and even Daisy. But hell, I could even say this little twerp right here, Nabbit. But I'll save it for like another video because Mario characters in general, a good amount of them doesn't meet their potential. But once again, I'll save that because I'm still recovering from this fucking migraine I had. I'm talking about Silver and Big the Cat and all that shit. But I'll end the game portion off with a potential man that actually works for the story. Motherfucking Johnny Silverhand!
Become a legend. Grab your eye. Let's mobilize. And depart the Legends 2023.
Yes, sir. I've been waiting to find a way to talk about anything Cyberpunk on this channel again. If you play Cyberpunk 2077, you know that Johnny was the embodiment of potential man. Bro was one hell of a rock star. People treated him like he was MJ back in the day. Me back in the day saying like 2020 type shit. He had all the ladies, motion, and money. But one thing he despised and wanted to take down was Arasaka, aka the government corporate rats. But even then, they're like more powerful than most governments. So, and I believe he was the only one that had the balls to do such a monumental thing with the help of his team, of course. And when he was doing the heist of Century, he ran into Adam Smasher, the true final boss, the true threat this war machine was.
I said, God help me.
And the potential of Johnny had went to shambles right there because he got off by Adam and couldn't get the job done. Then many years later, that job left up to V. No, not that one. This V, the MC. Hey, this is my V right here. So yes, sir. But before this V, aka me, was able to try to get vengeance for Johnny, there was another guy, another potential man that tried to do the same thing. Not for Johnny, because Adam Smasher was in his way to save a loved one. And that was David Martinez. Now, I say the thing with David Martinez and Johnny Silverhand, it's similar, but also different. See, David didn't have as much as aura as Silverhand did. He started out in the bottom, but made his way to the top of Arasaka, literally, and you had to root for him. He even got his crew, and they loved him, and he wanted to represent for them and protect them. And well, while this protagonist was on his way to doing that, man, I'm still recovering, bro. See, Adam Smasher had to go and grab Lucy, and David Martinez had to come get her, but guess who stood in his way? Adam Smasher. And man, we all know what Adam Smasher did, bro. He put a fucking bullet to the god dome, and that was the end of him. But hell, even before this, even Adam Smasher said himself he had so much potential. If he was on Arasaka's side, he would have been invincible. But nah, he stood true to his character and had to go out like this, man, than being a corporal cyborg. But see, these two are meant to show how much potential they had and how far you could reach, but came up short. And I think that's what also gives them more aura, impact, and a legacy left behind for people like me, V, to finish the job. And oh boy, I ain't gonna lie, I was almost a potential man myself. Ugly. I got my ass cooked like 6 times before I defeated Smasher. And I was playing like a medium, bro, the first time ever. So like, yeah, it was rough. But then as I got better at the game, I kept playing it over and over and over again. I defeated him on hard, then very hard. And even after that fucking patch that made him like a god, made him move like how he was moving in the anime, almost impossible to defeat him, but I did. Because I meet the potential, bitch. Anyways, speaking of anime characters and potential, oh boy. Now, as I said, this term originated for a certain anime character, but this term I say is used more frequently when it comes to talking about anime and anime characters. We all know the character we rooted for back then and wanted to be fucking something, but was like just pushed to the side by other characters that you probably don't like got their shine. And as I mentioned, there are good ways to portray a potential man, like it's meant to be their story. I'll probably also add Ace to that conversation. That might be controversial too. In my opinion, I nigga overseeded his potential, like in terms of power and like what he was meant out to be as a kid. But you know, fate had other plans and fucking rage bait. Like him, once again, David. There's one more character I'm gonna save for the end of this topic. I'll say potential mans, for me at least, that I hated they became that way, that I actually thought they was gonna be something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this out of the way. I don't have the energy to fucking yell, so I'm just gonna say it. Rock Lee, man, it's a given. Any Naruto viewer who watched the Chunin exams and saw how he was moving a human against an overpowered guy right here, we all rooted for him, and he was like, yo, this guy, he gonna be one of the ones by the end of this series. And then even like Jarkin Rock Lee, he had moments in OG series where people just don't forget. He was probably one of the most popular side characters in the anime around that time. When you see Shippuden, keep watching, keep hoping, but also keep watching, and then Naruto becomes Hokage, and that's it. Oh, yeah. Rock Lee ain't do shit in fucking Shippuden, and that's noteworthy. And then, you know, Boruto, we're still hoping. Mike guy, he had more of a fucking moment than Rock Lee. And he's the father. Rock Lee, bro, he should have had multiple chances to show out in Shippuden, dog. And had like one iconic moment, man. Something. And mind you, I love Naruto. I love it, but I gotta be real. Because I could also name Neji. Oh my god. Dude, I feared Neji low key. I was like, he gonna be overpowered as shit by the end of Naruto, well, Shippuden at least. I was debating between him and Sasuke, who was stronger back in the day. That fight with him and Naruto was like one of my favorites. It's like, Neji, this guy is him. And then the great ninja war happened. Oh. Such a waste of death, bro. I still say that to this day. Kishimoto could have had way better ways to deal with Neji and the story of Shippuden. But, you know, he's had off one of the OG Naruto characters that Naruto grew up with. For the fuck of it, I guess. I could say a lot for Naruto characters because, you know, it's a big-ass cast. But those are the main two. Just my experience, I was like, damn, that's some bullshit. And might as well keep the theme going with Ojin. One of my favorite animes of all time. One of my pillars to introduce me to other animes. Dragon Ball Z. I think y'all know I'm going with this one. I'm gonna save one once again, but the human Z fighters, dude. And I watched Dragon Ball OG. I experienced Dragon Ball Z first as a child and playing the game, but then I went and started the whole series when I was like a kid and watched the OG series first, then Z, then GT. But my thing is, I thought some of these Z fighters was gonna be one of them ones in Dragon Ball. Let me just say it, fucking Tien, Yamcha. I low-key almost said Krillin, but then again, but still, mainly these two guys. And you know what, fuck, let me add this guy in here too. Fucking Chiatsu. Because at least these guys had potential to show in Dragon Ball OG. They definitely did. Tien beat Goku ass in the tournament, and Yamcha, even though Goku got a lit back, defeated and put down Goku as a kid in that first fight. So I'm like, okay, these guys gonna be him. Z. Trash.
Like, y'all are so trash. I want you to know that I'm talking to you.
That's why I say there's art to this potential. Because, you know, in general, the second probably most iconic anime meme is the Yamcha pose, where he gets trashed like this. He gets made fun of so much that it just had this iconic pose being made after how sorry he is. Him from beating Goku to a fucking iconic meme. Enough said right here. That's all I gotta say. It's a statue. I swear it's like a statue of this. Do you know how bad it is that it's a statue of your sorriness? Trash. He beat Goku, and look at him now, just trash. Sorry. And this nigga, what the fuck has he done? I know I didn't have any potential when it comes to him, but still, he just pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. He does nothing. I just had to throw like a little shot at him, but still, like, god damn. And even though I mentioned him in another video, Oob in GT, that's all I'm gonna say, dog. We got fucking Super Oob just for him to get washed minutes after. Alright, now to new gen, because they ain't safe either. When it comes to new gen villains, or just in villains in general, I think the ones I came across, most of them meet the potential. You know what I'm saying? They actually oversee it. These guys would never be potential mans. Come on. But one off the top of my head that I will admit had probably some wasted potential. And maybe that's probably meant to be a story. Not sure. You know, I'm still on the fence about that. But I still like them. And that's Overhaul for my hero. Now, the way this guy was moving in season 4, he was introduced in like a good way. His powers was OP as fuck. That's why I say it's kind of complicated, because he was potential man, but he still got shit done. That's why almost they put him on his list, because he's still technically off a major hero, but he was supposed to do that to other heroes, I guess. And he also lost some student heroes in a way too. Mirio and Deku dealt with his ass, even though Eri helped out Deku. But still, that boy low-key matching with the Shigaraki and All For One in terms of like strength and power. I'm like, hold on, these guys do it together, they're gonna be unstoppable. Nah, GG's, buddy. And now these other people, new gen characters I had hope for, Maki and Tamaki from Fire Force. Especially Maki, low-key, because she's buff, you like her character. In the beginning of the show, she was getting low-key shit done. I was like, okay, the potential right there. She could be like one of the best ones. I'm thinking she could have like an Arthur moment in Fire Force. Not even like to this degree, just something a little bit less than that. Nah, she got side cast like hell, forced to deal with the other side people, while the big dogs deal with the big people. Big villains. And it hurts my heart because I like that as a character a lot. But I just saved the potential for this fucking Maki instead. And Tamaki. Now this also falls in the category of getting a hold by the author, because the fan service, my God. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what no one says. Fan service ruined her character from the beginning. Each season it got worse and worse and worse. I don't care. I'll try to give her the benefit of the doubt. When I saw this episode of Fire Force where she was training, I was like, okay, now we are talking. She's gonna be great. She gonna get shit done in the final season. And even though she did it in the most bullshit way I could ever fucking see in an anime character, dog. You telling me all of this happened because of like fucking body empowerment or like whatever? I don't give a fuck. Have her take down the villain with the powers that she was training to make stronger. Yo, so technically she did take him down with the powers, but like it wasn't anywhere as cool as this. And the way she did, honestly, she hadn't like assist from this guy. But I'm not going to show how she did it. Just look it up yourself. I feel like if I put that scene in this video, YouTube going to cook my shit so long. And honestly, with the visual I've seen, yeah, I understand they do. So I'm not going to risk that. Yeah, just know it's such a fan service once again. Honestly, if you like it, whatever, cool to you. I'm just expressing my opinions. And you could disagree with me, of course. Probably even hate that I have this opinion. I did not mess with it at all. And boy, I could just go on and go on with these characters, because this is when potential man gets talked about in a bad way. These two characters, I'm telling you, potential was there and they just fumbled. Also, I could say the same from like a lot of characters in the show, but if I speak, I will make a lot of people upset. Alright, now these last two. Alright, now I think one is a case for obviously potential man for the reason, but the other one, okay, and I'm just gonna say it's Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. You know, either way, he's gonna be on this list. But the reason I was gonna talk about him for like a good potential man is because one, he actually off a villain, while other characters didn't even like get close to that. He actually accomplished something and killed a villain. The potential he technically got left with, since Goku self-destruct along with King Kai, still he was there in spirit, and you could say he helped, but technically Gohan still did it. You know, in general, he off-celled a crazy villain, or better yet, as he said,
I am not just the greatest warrior in the universe, I am all of them!
So that's why I'm gonna put him for like good potential, because he met it. But then again, I see why a lot of people do call him potential man, and even say wasted potential. Because I think people are expecting him to surpass Goku with like his strength or in feats. But man, I do understand why he switched sides and decided to just study. Because man, this nigga had his arm broken like when he was 8 or some shit. And he was fighting villains like these as big of a threat when he was a teenager. Man, nah, see, I'm good off that. I'm done with that too. And that's why I understand. And then we got this whole arc of this, which is funny to me. People like it, people don't like it. The Great Sandman, I guess when people saw this, it was like, yeah, we give up, bro. People thought he lost aura and stuff. They expected more of this Gohan than they got this. And yeah, Gohan went through a lot of trials and tribulations. But I do get the wasted potential from that point of view. Supposed to be better than Goku or like, you know, stronger. But that's controversial, bro. I can see both sides. So I'm honestly putting him like in both categories, really. But the next one, I'm sorry. This is the embodiment of potential, man. It's the reason he got the name. And I'm talking about the manga more specifically. So if you haven't caught up on JJK manga, if you haven't read it, past Culling Games, don't, you know what I'm saying, skip past to this time. But I understand maybe some slander of him be like a little too much, but I do get it. Potential, he was fucking talked about since season 1. Gojo said it himself that he thought Megumi was gonna pass him. He had to fucking lay out for him. But after this fight, it all goes downhill from here. Because manga readers know after the whole ending of the Culling Games, Sukuna ended up getting Megumi's body and taking control over it. You know, the 1v1 gauntlet happened. But my thing is, he ended up like these. That boy just stuck. You could say he also helped Yuji with this moment right here. But my thing is, the potential y'all set him up to be from the beginning, and he managed to do this to help out Yuji. It's like, okay, yeah, he's useful. Potentially y'all set him up to be from the beginning. It's like all that shit went out the window and Sukuna got a hold of him. You could say, well, it's not Megumi's fault. Then who is it? Who are you gonna blame? You gonna blame Sukuna or are you gonna blame Gege himself? At this point, don't get mad at me. Get mad at Gege or Sukuna. Or better yet, both. 'Cause I'm pretty sure both are the reasons he didn't meet that potential. And that's all I gotta say about that. I get it. I don't hate Megumi. I actually like him. I'm just saying, I had more of a potential faith in Rock Lee than Megumi, but y'all made it seem like he's gonna be the best fucking character. Or scratch that, y'all already saying that he's the strongest, he's better than Gojo, all that type of shit. Well, sorry, I didn't see that. I'm just saying that's probably the reason he gets slander from like the potential man, because y'all talk him up to be like the strongest sorcerer ever. But like, you know, Sukuna ended all that shit. At the end of the story, he didn't meet that potential. And then please don't bring up Modulo. Please don't. Because Yuji ended up meeting the potential, exceeding that more than Megumi. And I got spoiled on most of the shit. That's the crazy part too. I know who survived at the end. And I can tell you, Megumi, that's tragic. Hell, I'll probably say this Megumi even meet more potential than... Okay, nah, I'm sorry. My fault. Shut up, Megumi, though. That's the goal, you know what I'm saying? And really, wasted potential could speak for most of the Jujutsu Kaisen characters. And it's sad, really. But, you know, I could name them, but if I speak, I know the fandom would be mad at me. So, I just move on from that again, because I could spend so much more time on these characters, especially her. Ooh, Gege, you really pissed me off with that one.
5 minutes later.
Y'all's comparing her to Sakura, saying she's a better version of Sakura. In fact, I was like, you know what? She's not Sakura, but maybe she could prove herself to be even probably better than Sakura. Let me see. Because this is like top 3 for me. She was top 3. But what does Gege do? He fucking leaves her out for majority of the fucking story and then decides to bring her back right at the fucking end. What?
One long angry line later.
Okay, alright. So I had to calm down once again. Let me just talk about cartoon waste of potential. I just got on the cast for different animes, but like the first thing if I think of waste of potential when it comes to cartoons, I am sorry, but Korra easily, because I recently watched Korra probably like 2 years ago for the first time. I've seen Avatar, Last Airbender, but I never like sat down and fully watched Korra all the way through. And I did. Now, okay, Korra herself, is that wasted potential? I think it's similar with Gohan, really, because it's hard to feel like the shit Aang did and the stuff he accomplished, because Korra already had all the powers in the beginning, but like, you know, she also went through way tougher comp. And oh boy, that's a video for itself. Similar to Gohan, I could see the wasted potential, but also I do think she kind of meet the potential in some ways from like defeating villains. But yeah, that's kind of like tough to call. Same boat as Gohan. But there are a lot of other characters that are wasted potential, man. What's that guy named? The Firebender. Mako? I think that's his name. Boy, this nigga became a cop, bro. This nigga had lightning powers. He was going crazy in the beginning and became a cop just to get fucking... Other people I want to see more like her, one of Aang's daughters, this person too, him. I could keep on going, but like I think a lot of people are wasting this show, and it sucks because I actually love season 1 for Korra. After that, it gets really, really wonky. Another thing of wasted potential, like the embodiment of potential, man. If you really think about it, it's SpongeBob, bro. And the reason I say SpongeBob because think about SpongeBob and his driving skills. In a way, this is similar to Gohan too, because he meets the potential. He does end up getting a license on a few occasions. When he does, he immediately fumbles the bag by losing it, getting into all kind of bullshit. Like, dog, how can you be that bad of a driver that to always be in these situations? Oh my god.
Looks like you guys forgot your boat smoke.
And that's all I gotta say about that, dog, because it's like, that is the art of potential, man. Mrs. Puff hates him every time, like, she see him.
You gotta be...
I have, like, other examples in fiction, like TV shows. I'm currently watching Game of Thrones, so I can't speak too much about it. I am on season 6. A lot of characters in there had potential. That's all I'm gonna say. Either they got slimed or like they just couldn't go on. Probably 2 of the best examples that I have for potential mans in there was Joffrey brother. Yeah, this guy, this fucking simp. He was the head of the throne, got the crown and everything. But as soon as catastrophic thing happened with a woman, he can't seem to realize that she is playing him and don't give 1 ounce of fuck about him. He just throws it all away. Yo, editor me here. I just realized that kind of sounds really effed up without like proper context. You probably got to watch the show to realize. Just know, Tommen, that's his name. He took over the throne for. Damn, that's kind of a spoiler. Yeah, it's kind of a major spoiler. But he took over a throne. The previous guy was literally 10 times better than him as a character. He had more order than him. He had more feats, the things he did. Like, he made it known that he was the king. This was a big step down from the previous successor. I was like, I give him a chance, but he's not going to outdo the previous guy. Try to give him a chance. 2 seasons later, disappointment after disappointment. He kept pissing me off. The way this whole thing ended, I was like, good riddance. Okay, I'm just being so foul this video, but hey, these are all jokes, man. It's satire. You know what I'm saying? And another character is, now I forgot his name in the, oh damn, I'm so bad with names in this show. I forgot his name in the Game of Thrones, but I just know Pedro Pascal, the character he played, bro, he was meant to be like, the way he carried himself, I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's like that. And I've seen him sparring a little bit. I'm like, maybe he might be one of the ones. Because don't forget, Game of Thrones have like a lot of great swordsmen. Shout out Jaime, shout out the Hound, shout out Brienne. There are a lot of great swordsmen in there. I'm thinking he might be a sleeper pick, underrated pick. When the moment came for him to show off his skills, the lights were brighter than expected because he gets killed off in a gruesome way too. And this moment, like, he needed to win for like an important character in the show, one of my favorites. And I'm not sure if he promised him, but he talked like he was gonna win, like he wasn't gonna lose, dog. That boy got killed off because he tried to expose this guy and the people here, but he spoke too fucking much and got caught lacking. I'm like, well, I'll be damned, because the potential I had in him, that was killed right then and there along with him. Other moments in TV, I remember, but in Snowfall, video come for that soon. Season 3 and 4, the character Man-Boy, I feel like is the definition of potential man, because he wanted Franklin throne. He wanted to take Franklin off, take control of his business, and be the guy. The only person that stood in his way was Franklin himself. And he would have got it if it wasn't for her slipping up low-key. And this is a discussion I'm gonna go further in the video. His downfall is honestly because he thought he was fucking Bishop. He wanted to fucking control everybody and get things done his way. But nah, Franklin is just smarter, bro. I could find more ways. I didn't mention no comic characters. I didn't mention like other stuff. But these are the ones that I just thought about it. I've been thinking about it for a while. Off the top of my head, I really just wanted to tell you the art of these potential mans, because it's an art when these companies just straight up hold these characters, be lazy, or the story itself, in some cases, like potential mans is a good thing. The impact they had from the story and the viewers, their potential would always resonate with them. But in other cases, sometimes most, it be Complete bullshit.